was on Fracture. It felt like Guild had the pulse. Now we're moving into territory where Guild actually have shown something here on IceBox. Des touched on the games that both these teams played. So KRU might be a little bit more comfortable going into this, know what type of adaptations they're ready to make.
I don't think Nags is expecting safe here. Reposition just a tad.
Should be okay with the TP anyways, as long as he doesn't try to challenge.
Yeah. Well, and he was looking down long. But either
You're
way,
right, though. I don't think he does.
he has spotted Russ, and that's all he knows. If Cold Menta puts...
Did Safe actually TP across?
Spotted Cold Menta. He's just going to teleport out now, yeah. So
Okay,
he feels
no,
some of that pressure. That's all it is.
45 seconds, and really nothing has happened except for holding pushes and safe crossing.
Which just kind of fits the pace of the series in a lot of ways.
Yeah, in some cases, sure. Now we're going to get this deep drone from Leo. They know with the position that Safe was on that this should be clear, but Leo checks it anyways. The delay is really strong. Is there another molly? No. Klaus doesn't have anything else. Kesnet, no nade either. Spike should go down. Delzik using his shocks. 15 seconds and finally the wall goes down, and a massive shot from Safe tracks as well. The wall up!
They're starting to counter it, but Gilder's still able to find the kills. Mazzino, perched up, tries to take a couple. It's just not able to do so. Safe hit some filthy shots. That first one under Delzik, it was like on the other side of the map. Poor guy had no idea what hit him.
It really was, and not only did the kills go their way, but I feel like they literally made KRU do exactly what they wanted them to do.
Yeah.
Right? The delay, they baited out the shock darts, and like, okay, you use both of them, sure. And the timing was perfect, so that it's like, okay, KRU's win condition for this round. They're like, yeah, let's delay the plant as much as possible before our rotations come in. And then instantly, the wall goes up, and they're ready to fight. The only audible that was called is that wall up from the side of KRU to try to deny the plant even further. It just doesn't work at all.
Nags able to keep his position concealed for a little while. Up until then, actually. This Cold Menta's able to spot him. See the ult orb going to the hands of Russ. Now they can choose how they want to approach this round. On the other side, you've got KRU who don't have anything other than pistols, so they have to be a bit more respectful of what's being seen their way off of the info that was gathered B. They send everything that way.
It's been the theme for their ecos on defense.
And Alarmbot just spotted Mazzino mid, too.
And so they get a free sight. There is nothing to watch this flank right now, though, so it's only Trex who's going to spot it long range with just a ghost. His teammates are going to have to book it back there once they're spotted, and he finally does.
Well, we can't go this way. maybe we go this way. Nope. Can't really go that way either. Ah, Mazzino's able to find a little something there. Able to upgrade a weapon, but it's just one. They do have the numbers advantage here. The thing is, that wall just cuts off any sort of help. Mazzino has to go in aggressively, but he's going to try to put up a wall of his own, and he does. Oh, but this is just a fight up on ropes. What on earth was that? A 1v1 here, and Trex wins that out? That was much closer than it should have been.
There's a little bit of spaghetti everywhere, man. I mean,
it's all over the floor.
Hey, Mazzino goes for the tap and then tries to rope across to find a kill and then decides, hold on, maybe I should just wall this off. And by that point, there's already a guy behind him. There's already a guy on the rope somehow.
Yeah. He tries to go back up and ride the ropes. Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't even know. Either way, now the gun round comes, and KRU will attempt the anti-bonus. Guild on their one attempt have been good.
Take flight.
So let's see if they can repeat.
Very similar start here early on. You see the knife to clear anything out towards B long. Info gathered. Nags holding a tight angle.
Oh, almost dodged the drone through that pit.
Yeah, did it spot anything?
It did, definitely. Delzik continues to hold the angle for quite a while.
So we've seen this now again out from Guild. They test the waters B long. This time they explore mid a little bit. Now they want to return back to A. where, as you mentioned, there's probably still spaghetti on the floor from the previous round.
Tomato sauce, everything.
Slow orbs, knives, everything being thrown around. Trex is the first to fall. For Kesnet, just traded right back. They have time to flip if they want to, and they haven't fully gone all the way up. Zeno with the late wall there, and he's able to get two from a height advantage, and now he tucks.
That's a great wall from Zeno.
Yeah.
Last player standing.
Ratty little thing. And now Leo has to try to do it himself, and he's just not able to do so. Well played by KRU.
Success for them. And that wall actually might give them a pocket to plant, so we'll keep an eye on that when he's back gen, putting that wall down, instead of somewhere like on the backside of 410 or anything like that. Yeah, definitely. Delzik also on the other side. Klaus contributing his wall from elsewhere as well. Makes it so that Mizzino's safe to fall back, and everything that goes along with this. They're going to try to punish potentially here on this B lane. Russ is shoulder peeking wide. The knife catches Nags, and nobody's there to actually swing on him, even though the TP's gone.
If nothing else, info gathered on where Nags is, yeah. But you're right, I expected something a bit more aggressive to try to punish.
Interestingly, Delzik just walked down mid and broke the alarm bot that Safe has down. So the flanks are going to be an avenue that KRU has late in the round, and Nags still has this TP available on the other side of this. The drone missed him. He's just not finding success since the end of Bind. On any of the plays that he does have, he puts himself into some solid positions sometimes. Sometimes, sure, he overextends, but in most cases, he's just not able to find anything. In that case, like, he should have been able to maybe swing quick, find a headshot, and TP out, given the misinformation that that drone gave them.
Deeper wall here, not quite the same one that you were mentioning a couple of rounds ago. This time it's at 410, and now with 30 seconds left, it seems like Safe has found enough space towards B, not able to land the shot on the kill, but he's taken the space back yellow, and now the rest of his team is going to scurry over and try to reestablish themselves on that space.
15 seconds, though, and this time there is a lot of delay if Kesnet gets here in time. Delzik can shock dart this with the decay. Could be really difficult. I don't think there's going to be time right now. They're trying to swing and get the kills.
They have to take the fight out to take care of some of the delay on the other side, and it's turned into deathmatch. Forget about the spike. They just want the kills. Goldimens is able to establish some space up in kitchen. Gets a second to get them the round.
That is huge for KRU. That forces the eco here from Guild. And definitely a misplay. Safe had so much space for so long. How much time did they spend rotating away from the A site, crossing mid?
It just seemed like they wanted to fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had no tools to really get that spike down. They had no tools to push back the post plant that they are assuming is still available there. They're assuming Kesnet's in position, maybe Klaus as well with a molly.
Oh, you saw even Russ's wall was unconventional. Yeah. It wasn't to block off anything coming from Snowman or anything like that. Round ultimately doesn't go their way. We're tied up 2 apiece. No guns on the side of Guild. As Safe has already fallen. Now Goldimens and Russ both have ults. Leo and Trex are pretty freaking close too. Heavy gun advantage here for KRU.
And not even a Vandal. And almost every eco so far this series, it feels like there has been at least one Vandal.
Yeah, a little spice. Yeah. That's just nothing here, man. It's
and the crazy part, too, is that they've not really netted any success. We'll have Goldimens deep up kitchen, but with only a Sheriff. If they don't challenge him in kitchen, it's going to be even tough for him to find some kills long range on the flank. So he's going to try to cut off rotations as they hit the B side, but Nags is still here. There we go.
And he's able to take one for his troubles. Russ falls. I wonder if there, there were so many things that had to go right there for Guild
30 seconds left.
to pull the trigger that it seemed like they were flirting with. Okay, hasn't moved.
Goldimens just keeps getting baited. There's like 3 times there. He's like, oh, I got this. Here we go. Here we go. He's stepping my way.
Prime Gaming Flawless comes through for KRU as they take the lead over Guild here on IceBox. Again, Guild didn't have very much all of the stars would have had to have aligned in the most perfect of fashions. But it just doesn't come to fruition.
Isn't it coming through at the end to close things out? That was really nice there. Finally, Nags finds himself a couple of kills on the push through. And the slowness of Guild so far this game has definitely been punishing them. Something they were doing a lot against Optic, very common. Missed the slower though, or maybe that's to punish a potential push.
Yeah.
Either way.
I think it was to deny that orb though. You see Klaus is one away from having that Viper spit online, so they had a little something set up for it to try to keep it back.
Definitely. One thing though is that they are very, I mean, we watched the game yesterday. They did that every time there's a possible orb contest. Okay, this is different here though. Safe, all the way up. Remember last time, Coldamenta was just hiding behind it.
He was patient.
And they're kind of switching it. Coldamenta was there every single time in the game against Optic. This time, he hasn't necessarily had the same impact as he did against Optic.
Well, the thing is, clearing out that alarm bot introduces the possibility of something happening in kitchen, but off of that, they just want to play with pace towards A.
He's going to go on top of this wall again. He wants this back 410.
There it is. Wall goes up. He has to drop down instantly.
Very dangerous.
And he pushes his way forward. He's able to get a kill. Trex trades it back out. It's a 4v4 here. The thing is, 2 members of KRU are still on the opposite side of the map. They're going to have to give up the site. Surely there's no way they hold this themselves. Unless Guild just want to fight again.
Trex says have the null command to deny any of this late situation, but the knife's going to do the job instead.
They're able to tap 10 seconds left. The spike still has not gone down. Have they overstayed their welcome? Have they tried going too late yet again? Now Coldamenta in his pit has to do it himself. The spams come through and he falls. Delzik cleans him up. KRU gets a 4.
And they just got loud too. Around, I think that they were thinking, oh, this is going to be bad. With the amount of players that got on the site from Guild after Mizzino got traded out early after that wall attempt.
Was it a 4v2?
Yeah. And then finally the rotations come in. And Klaus pops off.
One enemy remaining.
With everybody swinging on the backside of this Guild, I don't know. I think Coldamenta really slow on putting that ult down. I'm not sure when he got it, if he got it off a trade or something like that. Either way, the time is killing them. And they call a timeout to discuss exactly that. How do we actually up the pace here? How do we push KRU off the positions that we need them to be off of? Because right now, KRU on a streak of 4 rounds, and it's not looking like it's going to stop.
No, the thing is, like, I don't feel like it's necessarily pace as much as once they get to a certain point. That's been 2 rounds now. Now, mind you, there are so many nuanced things that happen in a round that often don't get seen, right? Like, there could have been a Molly that was delaying the plant. There could have a myriad of things that go down there, but the truth is that's twice now that we've seen Guild take space and choose to fight instead.
Well, in that case, I think Delzik did a great job with shocks as well.
Yeah.
All right. The delay that Mizzino's able to get brings all the rotations there in time, so it's actually risky to go for plant in this situation. And the information on your screen right now is definitely something that you have to consider. It was the same thing on Bind as well. The last loss that KRU had on Bind to blemish that perfect record was at Reykjavik. Yeah, so they were 4-0 on that one too, and 4-0 on IceBox. And in important matches too. The qualification map for them was against NIP on IceBox.
Early pit use, and it looked like the knife tagged, and if there was any doubt, the drone threw it, spotted it.
Nice shot from Nags, but yeah, the drone threw. They just cleared this pit completely. Completely. And it actually just falls, so.
Well, yeah, they pushed him off the space. Yeah, there's nothing he could do. Absolutely.
So they get some path back in to the B site. No wall put down from Coldamenta at all, and I mean, that's just a free shot for Kesnet. He doesn't have to just blind spam, he could literally see him.
The thing is, Guild, again, just don't have much to fight back with. 2 Sheriffs, a Marshal. While KRU are still at full force, they try to get...
Okay.
That was nice.
Spike down B.
But the spike still hasn't been planted. No financial advantage based off of that. Somehow they're still getting kills in ways that are beyond me at this point. And they get the spike down.
Oh, that's it.
One enemy remaining.
Just a matter of time.
He just shows up on the flank right as the spike goes down, by the way. All the way completing his flank. And no success from Guild after the timeout. Sure, low buy. But it came down to time again, so I'm not even sure how this is going to continue. The crazy part, too, is they scaled fast after that Viper Spit. Remember, the drone goes, and they're immediately running through it with the drone. Klaus hears all of that, so they're able to really reposition and understand what's going on in the round. And I guess Nags must have been really up pushed. I must have missed that. Because he came fast, and KRU made the perfect read on exactly what was going down.
3-round lead here for KRU. It's been 5 in a row. I mean, they've come in bunches. As you see Guild a bit more forward in their intentions. As it seems like they're already dropping a lot of utility towards A. Now you hear that null command come through.
This wall's still going to be up, though. They give up the site either way.
Yeah. Hunter's Fury out to delay. And it does exactly what it needs to do.
Gill's going to be set up perfectly here. Coldamenta, though, actually going for the flank instead. He's got mollies. I really think he should be playing for the post plant, but no, he's going to flank through kitchen.
But that's such a long route, and there's an alarm bot on the other side.
Oh, he's hiding here for the time being.
Second Hunter's Fury dropping. Second wall goes up, and Mazzino is able to find the space that he needs to get right behind him. Now Coldamenta running, trying to find the space. Able to find one kill, not a second. 3v2 here in favor of KRU as Delzik is on the tap. Gets it to half.
Nobody's there.
And he can just stick it into 2v2. Oh my gosh, she swung it at just the right time to get the kills they needed to. Trex is nuts.
That wall came down, perfect timing as well. And Klaus decides to stick it. Trex has been finding so much value with not only his utility, but his gun too. 11 and 5. He's been fantastic all series long.
Timing has been, I mean, chef's kiss, bro. 6 bullets.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Well done.
Coldamenta on the flank too. Can't understate that, the value that that got. Knowing that for so long, KRU is staying outside of sight, avoiding the pulses of Trex's ult. Should be able to find something here. Nags.
Ooh, saw a little leg.
Spotted.
And now he sees it around too. Woo! Coldamenta's been fire.
Nice flash. That's beautiful from Kesnit. Way over the top.
And now Nags can choose to double dip, try to find another, and spots some leg. This time gets the kill.
Spike down B.
And he does himself. No flash to help.
Another flash coming. Yeah, exactly. You see him tucking.
Yeah.
Spikes down on top of that. And with Nags controlling yellow, and they know it's going to be difficult for them to actually gain space. Here's the dart. That's going to be the cue for him to jump up. But Nags is holding the angle again. They did get spiked, though.
Ooh. 1 bullet left in that tour de force for Nags. And after the damage that he's already done, they just decide they're going to rotate away. Clear out the alarm bot, which has been very protocol for the last couple of rounds.
Double peek here from Klaus. No.
Oh,
Kesnit still takes it anyways.
I thought for sure it would just be to introduce some doubt, but no, they
30
wanted to try to
seconds
take
left.
the space.
They've got a 3-point crossfire here, too. Look at the position of Delzik. He's so far back.
All the way back into the next round now. 4v2 here. KRU still with the advantage. And Guild have nowhere they can go.
14 seconds. I mean, the time's gone.
10 seconds left.
The story continues. I mean, they really are struggling so hard with that. And the round that they won, guess what? They hit off sight right off the bat. Oh, gosh.
That was that last bullet. Nags gets 3 at the end. But yeah, you're right. I think we need to continue to touch on that. It has been we're going to burn down the clock. We're going to wait until the very last second. Now, this one felt a bit different in that it felt like it was because of KRU.
Yeah.
Less so than Guild deciding to approach that way. But either way, right? Like, the truth is, they're playing the very end of these rounds, and it's not working.
Absolutely. I agree with that. That time it was Nags and Kesnit to re-clear on that. Normally, after the drone shot, Nags is like, I'm out of here, right? Especially after you could hear them scaling behind it. Fast attempt here. Coldamenta has a Bucky. He wants to play the Viper's Pit. If they could get this plant down, this could be dangerous for KRU.
Yeah, that's if they get the plant down, if they get the pit down. The thing is, they've been playing so far up. There's that Viper's Pit. Mazino gets spammed through with a frenzy, and Kesnit's able to find some more space. He's able to get another kill. But you're right, now that Bucky in the pit is in play. Russ with the plant. Op in the hands of Nags. Certainly not ideal when you're dealing with a Viper's Pit. There he is. Trying to find something. How the heck do KRU get into this? The knife gonna find some info. And now they decide they want to go. Again, the clock is not on their side. Russ able to flick through a wall with the stinger, laying the shots that he needs, but Kesnit's already gotten 3 on the round. He's gonna have to do it a bit more. The flash to swing out, the Bucky's not gonna land. They push him off the space. Oh my gosh, they're blinded up in high heaven. As Kesnit's still able to get the 4th, he's gonna have to get one more. Safe in the 1v1, and Kesnit's not gonna get the defuse. He's not gonna get the ace either. The Red Bull clutch comes through.
Safe in the 1v1, just plays the time perfectly. And the spike was actually planted preemptively, knowing that they might have to play both sides of that. Instead of the default plant where it's only really playable from one side, or maybe you go for the spam from Maze. Really, really well done from Guild. And the idea, you can see it right away with that Bucky purchase. I mean, it didn't necessarily net anything in this round, but just told us exactly what was coming. So there we go. Another fast push and another round win for Guild.
I'm noticing a trend.
Yep.
Save has it toward Force in his back pocket. Choosing to rock the Vandal. He's going to get an opportunity to make it work, but Nags swings at it just the right time. The trade is crispy, it's clean. And he ultimately falls the res. You heard that come through. They just don't, I mean, it's just Sheriffs.
Delzik survived though. Oh. Unlucky. He's spamming the backside of that wall. What?
You're mentioning Delzik. But of course, it's Kesnit with the spam headshot.
Now it's difficult to get through this wall. You're not going to see the same denial that's normally coming through.
Well, you also see an adjustment already. Again, how many times did we see them in that position choose to fight? This time they want to get the spike down. They have the numbers advantage. They have the gun advantage. Kesnit weak. Spike ticking away. In fact, I'm actually really surprised that KRU made it last as long as they have. Delzik with the Sheriff trying to swing through. He's not able to do so. Trex cleans him up at the end as Guild get to 5.
Just the Sheriffs, a couple nice shots from KRU at the beginning of that round. Especially Kesnit's shot.
They're like heat seeking, bro.
Yeah, I mean, here, I think this is the moment. Look at this. Just off of the spam coming through the other side of that wall. The danger of using Vandals. Either way. Good round from Guild, and they've really recovered. Because it looked like they might only win that pistol round and anti-eco.
That's a good start.
6-3 at one point.
Yeah.
Something like that. You hear that null command come through.
Kesnit popped his own as well, so no utility on both sides. It's actually a fake, though. Nags has the angle with an op, though. And they've got nothing to clear him on that side.
And off of that, you see the value that he's able to find. Coldamentus already fallen. He wants to go back. And well, for good reason, he's found success here. But it's just too much for him to deal with. He has to take a step back. Live to fight another day.
Even though they lost the first kill, they still have an opportunity here to plant.
Leo just got his Hunter's Fury online. Last round of the half. So unless something goes awfully awry for Leo, you know that that's going to be in play.
Rush just set up the wall. And there it is. It's not clearing anything. Nags TP's off of it.
Oh, the shot goes wide. Russ gets the spike down behind the wall. The nade comes through late.
Still holding the angle, not taking any more space. After save TP's off. The heal came in as well.
If Klaus is able
They're
to
going
get,
back for the wall.
If Klaus is able to get one, he's got the Viper's Pit to work with. The tap to try to draw out the fight, and that's exactly what happens. There, Klaus is able to find it. Mazino's able to get one too. And forget the Viper's Pit, they just get the kills they need.
And that's the half. KRU go up 7-5. They win it for once. They lost the first half on bind. They lose on Fracture as well in a massive fashion. And now they win the first half here against Guild on IceBox. And both of these teams won this map against their opponents in the opening match.
Klaus is proper to just be like holding W and spamming through everything, getting the kills they need. You see it.
There was not even a flash.
Nothing.
They just pushed through the orb.
Yeah, but if the bullets land, what do you need a flash
Absolutely,
for?
no, it's coordinated. Absolutely it was.
Very, very well done. Let's take it down to the desk to see what they thought.
Very well done to you guys as well, Doug and Vala. Now, these two teams, it just seems like they keep going neck and neck this map. Both teams are kind of slipping and then catching up again. But Tom, I really can't call where this is going to go. But I can't help but feel like Guild, if they just plant, it would have been okay.
Yeah, I will say, I want to give, I think obviously we have to criticize a bit, but I also want to give credit where it's due to KRU. I think they've been very good with a lot of their counter utility. Like, I think the walls out from Mazzino again have been slowing them down, but also it's like Kesnit's knives and even just his ult, the way he's been able to just remove all of their utility. There was a round they lost on time because they had to wait about 15 seconds to just get their own wall back to actually be able to plant. And then you had all of that bombardment of utility back straight away. So I think KRU have done a really good job of delaying them. But yeah, some of the rounds they have just straight up run out of time.
I mean, and it's because I felt like I was watching a tennis match at some point. Speaking of tennis match, you might as well spring your eyes left and right on this screen here. You got Nagsed and Safe. We spoke about the chamber players. I think there's a little bit of a diff here. I can count pretty well. That's what I'm an analyst for. And the left-hand side looks to be better.
One of the things that we always spoke about with Nags in previous tournaments is he would always come alive at the third hour. Like that was his thing. It was like he'd have a, oh, map 1, map 2, that guy we don't really need to talk about. Map 3, Nags comes up and he's the best player. And it's happened many a time within series that when his team needs him the most, he steps up to the plate. I will say it's unfair to judge Safe just yet because he's about to go onto that defensive side. And that's where we expect both chamber players to be better. So if Nags can keep it up, okay, this is a done deal. I don't know if he can.
I think defensively as well, that's something that when I speaking about the Sovo diff, there's no reason for me to bring it up because the chamber diff was way more important to speak about. But at the end of the map, given the fact that we have Leo moving on to the defensive side, Safe as well, you're speaking about his defensive prowess. This is where, if Guild lose this, something has gone wrong in the matrix for them. All of the strategy play has gone down the drain because defensive side should be a comfort if they have prepared. If they have looked at it and they've gone, we know what to expect from you on attack, there's not enough time for you to change it. So we can really counter you on this. If they've countered them, this is the half we see it.
Sounds like you're both on the Guild copium here.
Maybe.
Oh,
maybe.
Okay, Jess is on the Guild and copium. Jess, Guild, they have to win if they want to go through today. This is it, guys, the final half of this series. Doug and Vala, I'm very excited to be throwing this back to you.
Well, the desk might be on the side of Guild bringing this back, but for KRU, this is familiar territory. They talked about how they've been at every single international event, and Kesnit said before the game, after the Loud game, that they're no longer nervous in this situation. They've been here so many times. And Guild, their first time, backs against the rope. 5-7, they've got to pull something out on the second half, the defensive side of IceBox.
Opportunity to really learn what Guild are made of in a position like this. Hopium, copium, whatever you want to call it. That opener on the pistol is certainly going to help them out.
And Nags, who was fantastic, has the angle, but he backs off of it. Let's see if the delay is as good. And Leo is probably the best shock dart user, even though Delzik might have had something to say about that in the first half. Leo will definitely turn up on this second half.
Just a bit late, though. You see Delzik waiting for the flank to come through, and there were 3 coming that way, and they're still going to continue to push through.
One enemy
Full steam ahead, and they just overwhelm KRU. That was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, the pressure in from the attacker side spawn. You get the kills that you need from the front side as well. That was quite literally flawless.
Yeah. And it ties up the pistol score on the series. It looked like KRU was going to run away with it at the beginning of the series on Bind, where they went 2-0. But now Guild claps right back. Should even this out. And that was on the hands of, I think, a great call from Goldamenta. And good coordination for them to re-clear through this. There was really nothing for KRU. They weren't prepared, as Leo did a great job as his own to push them off of that site and not give them any position or space on the back. There it goes up top again, a deep dart and a spot Only one, no, two.
Ooh.
And the spam for Russ. Really well set up for them. Something that was really good, though. Nags, a great shot on the safe. They were so good with the spam on the A side against Optic that now seeing that, I get really concerned for KRU if they end up coming over towards this A side ever.
Good reason to be concerned there for Klaus as he falls. Drone clearing out mid, out from Leo. Now the spike turned its way into A. The thing is, you're going to have to deal with the Sage wall out from Russ if you do opt to go that way.
Should be falling soon, too.
Nah, look at that thing, man. It ain't going nowhere.
And they actually spot it and decide to back off. That's going to be back up for Kazanin.
As soon as the wall goes down, you're right, they rotate right back into it. Thing is, again, Guild can afford to play this a bit more hands-off,
Sure.
if you will.
They can if they
30 seconds
plan for the
left.
round win here, but it could get dicey now that it's in post-plant situation. And they will get the plant down.
Here the nade came through, a bit late.
There's no real post-plant utility here from KRU, so they're going to have to take the fights. Should be a couple kills, though. If they can net that, that's going to be huge. No re-flank, though.
Last player standing.
They're just getting bullied through with the weapons that they don't have. Nags is going to have to pull off some sort of miracle. And boy, did he ever take a run at it. But ultimately, it just wasn't enough. Cole Demets is able to clean him up. And he gets the defuse to get him closer and closer to that Viper's Pit. We're tied up at 7 apiece.
And KRU will tie it to do what they did in the first half. Although Guild, not much of a bonus. This is what I was talking about, right? Giving the spike plant down. It's going to make the situation really hard to play because it's a more dynamic situation than what we start with.
One enemy remaining.
You're letting them set up in positions that it's not like you're practicing setups or anything like that. You're practicing retake XX. But it's much more difficult to predict exactly how your team is going to set up in post-plant. Now, they are going to go for a bonus, which leaves 3 pistols on the side of Guild. And that almost indicates that this should be clean. The goal here for KRU is to make this as clean as possible.
Sure.
It's not just enough to win the round. It has to be a clean anti-bonus where they keep some percentage of these Vandals alive.
The knife out from Trek should have gotten a good bit of info on where KRU are,
Deploying drone.
what antics they're up to. And if there was any doubt, now you see that drone come through or you hear it come through, and that instantly draws out the molly to delay the plant. And once again, delay is the name of the game.
They're baiting the utility out much more early than Guild was in that first half. And there's the knife. As it goes down, find themselves a little corner to plant with. He should be able to fall back. Still, Coldemena almost spams him down. A very risky wall, but it ends up paying off.
And then the guts to just hold it, to stick it, and trust that that's gonna be too small of a crack for you to get spammed through. And boy, that was close. But you're right. Either way, it goes down. Safe goes down as well. You see the health of Guild really follow suit. Oh. Unless Trex can do something, maybe find a couple with the Sheriffs. He's got it down to a 1v1, but Trex ultimately not able to pull it off. I thought he was going to do it.
I thought so too. They do get the spike down, and they do win the round, but it's not clean whatsoever.
That's exactly what you're saying too.
Look at the buy. A couple of them on light armor. Some utility not going to be bought up. Mazzino trying to sell to make sure that he can get what he needs. Actually, somebody going to drop him instead, so he gets full utility. And this is actually okay. Meanwhile, Safe has got his op up, and it is a lot of light armor on the other side too, so it's battered on both sides.
KRU hanging on to a 1-round lead here. You mentioned the operator in the hands of Safe. The Viper's Pit instantly used at the beginning of the round to deny any entry into A.
And Safe also has to TP out immediately because of the knife from Kesnet. He repositions to yellow right away though, but it's going to be much harder for him to actually swing on this angle.
Trex is getting a lot of info
He's
mid
close.
here.
Kesnet's close.
He's getting a lot of info mid. He's pushing his way through. You know they're not coming in A, and that's what you see the rotations popping over to B. Kesnet with the flash out. Safe has to give the space up and do that on the way.
And You're right, though, Trex. Look at him.
Spike planted.
That's Naxet gone. This trip is not up. He gets past it.
Yeah, he does. The res comes back up, but they don't know. Oh my gosh, they're surprised. Now they know. Trex is able to get 2. Mazzino tries to swing through the Viper wall, not able to find anything as it's a 2v2 left on the round. And the maps have been flipped. They're approaching things from opposite sides. Klaus has fallen. And it's all on to Kesnet in this 1v2. 42 armor, 98 HP. He's able to get 1, but Trex gets 4 on the round to win the 1v1 and get the defuse.
A good attempt from Kesnet as well, who has been fantastic in those situations. But Trex is even better. Gets right past the alarm bot as the timing is the res, right? If that res comes
Perfect.
up, if he's 2 seconds later, that's alive.
Yep.
I'm not sure how long it takes for the trademark to come back up. But either way, he gets past it. Naxet has no clue. Delzik has no clue. And KRU still made the right play. That was a clean shot, too, from Trex.
That
getting the trade.
I mean, the kid won them the round.
Barbar's hype about that.
He won them that round.
He did. And he's 22-9, trying to keep him in the game right now.
Let's play.
IceBox is a map where a lot of it can come down to star power potential. And usually you don't expect it from the KO, but it can come from any different places. Trex has definitely been a leader in this series.
Heard the tour de force used by Nags that Russ did take damage, had to heal himself. Now no armor in play. It's tight. Nags just gets decapitated.
Yeah.
They're gonna funnel in, and they don't know that Leo's there. They're able to find 1, he gets away.
1 enemy remaining.
And that's as easy as it gets, man. Prime Gaming Flawless comes through for Guilt to take the lead.
And it all starts, even though Nax gets so much space in mid, just walks through the orb. Nobody's there to spot him. And he takes the challenge with the tour de force. We saw him in a bind, how good he was on those attacking openers. He was able to take out multiple really close angles where you're like, what the heck is going on? But this case, Russ, with the timing on the free swing there, just jiggling a little bit, takes him out. And that is now a streak, in my mind, of Naxet really not able, since Fracture, to find something on these openers. And it's hard because they rely on him a lot for them.
Also,
Oftentimes, he's, I mean, it's 60% plus, one of the highest that I've seen for both him and Kesnet, the duo that leads in entries. But he's dying so consistently. He's the only chamber so far that's played who has gone negative in first kills. And it's not even close, right? It's not at 1 point, it's like not a 0.9. It's really tough for him.
you even go back to looking at the other side of the coin. Russ to have the confidence to re-peek that.
Yep.
After he got banged by Nexit at the beginning of the round.
Yep.
Had to heal himself up and know there's a real good chance he's coming that way. To retake that fight just goes to show, you know, in a lot of ways, like Guild, they can feel some of this going. They've tied it up. Now they've taken the lead off of things like that. They're feeling it, man.
And it's great to see as well Russ have some really impactful moments, because yesterday in that first map, he was the guy who was struggling. The rest of his team on IceBox was like 20 kills plus. And while, yeah, sure, he's at 7-13, he's had impactful moments. He's playing the, you know, the Sage. Everybody knows. It's rough times playing Sage. Yeah, they top frag on IceBox. While planting the spike, while walling, while throwing slows, while rezzing, while healing.
Safe with the operator drone in his face. And he repositions. He wants to take the fight again. The flash, it's like he was waiting for it. Oh, now
Can't TP out now, though, so if they challenge, and they won't.
The thing is, we saw Safe hit a fadeaway shot very similar to this a couple of rounds ago.
It's very true. Gotta be careful. Gotta still use utility clear. They're spamming the angle still on the back of yellow.
Wall up. This time Mazzino not planning in the very corner, looking safe. No way you do this. Oh, the nade right at his feet. Takes a little bit of damage, not a lot. Now that Viper's Pit is going to shroud everything on the site, try to provide some cover. The Hunter's Fury used as well.
It does clear out the pit, and they're in the front side now, so it's hard for KRU to retake this, but they've been in a situation like this.
They've slipped in. Trex has fallen. Nag's able to get the kill. And now opts to go forward again. Right into his demise. As Safe is able to get a second with the operator before falling himself. With 3v2s here, still in favor of Guild.
He's on the flank.
Big Klaus has too many targets before him. He's not able to get him. Mazzino's in this 1v2. You mentioned the flank, and Mazzino gets both! The Red Bull clutch for KRU!
A 1v2 just in the nick of time. If they stuck that defuse, they had it. But he takes out the first and spray transfers the second they line up for him. It was such a good retake from Guild too. Safe was definitely putting in work. They took the backside of this yellow side really, really fast. The only place that KRU really has to hold on, but the flank is good for Mazzino.
Oh, that hurts, man. Oh, that hurts. You can see it. No time to dwell over what just took place. Turn their attention to the 19th round. Safe with that tour de force, not going to find any action across the middle of the map, at least not yet.
The drone at the beginning of the round should have given information to them. They might be able to make a read that he's down there. And with the drone now, potentially spotting the trademark. Yeah, they marked it up. Should definitely tell them he's off. Opening, Mazzino follows up with a 1v2 with the entry onto Trex. The guy who's been leading the charge for Guild over and over.
I had the spike.
What a Chad. I mean, just outrageous.
And that's off that read. That's off of the fact that Safe pushes down mid with the tour de force. Always trying to use this knife. Is he going for the res? It's behind the wall. He could, but he's actually suppressed right now. And I'm shocked that KRU is not moving on that.
Hunter's Fury. Delzig got the tag.
30 seconds left.
But yeah, you're right. Not able to finish that ult out.
Trex just immediately as he gets up, pounds the no command key.
Dude, you see how close these rounds are? This is a 5v5 with 18 seconds left in the round. This is madness.
Mazzino still has his wall. The nade backside, they're pushing it. Look at Kesnet, he's all the way forward and he gets punished from Leo. The spike going down though, and it should be enough. Look at the HP.
There was none left. He only had one and he ultimately falls for it. Klaus also very weak. Guild with a heavy numbers advantage. And they can play this a bit more carefully. They can take their time. They can be methodical about how they approach this, how they try to take the lead back. It's not going to be any spray heroics this time around. Guild punch back.
And they get the reset on KRU. Their money is going to be tough in this round. And while they've shown resilience already on bind, this one, only one person can buy here.
Yeah,
Nags doesn't have his ult.
10 seconds.
You think about something like resilience in a moment like this, it almost feels like there's a limited quantity of it.
Sure.
How many times can you get punched in the face and get back up?
What a close series.
It's delivered.
It absolutely has. For the first qualification match in the playoffs. Guild take the lead for the first time since they went up 2-0.
And they're in a position to balloon it. Again, KRU don't have very much. A stinger for Kesnet. Oh, there was that, by the way. There was that stinger.
No op, by the way, for Safe. So
They're just gonna fight. They just want to push.
they did this. Oh, this start is really good for them to push, but they actually don't able to take the space, so Guild is gonna clean things up. Trex just runs through his own fragment. And that's another round on the board for Guild. They go up to 11.
Prime Gaming flawless too. They had the stinger as we mentioned, but that was really all they had behind that punch. And yeah, you're right. Now Guild up 2.
I'm terrified that they are continuing to hit this B site and push that wall. That time it was not even time related. They just really wanted to push it.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to fight. Yeah.
And the other time it was more time pressure that was keeping them there. They can't rely on the wall going down, but either way, that's twice in a row now where they go for heroics on the backside of it instead of relying on what has gotten them here, what got them that win against Loud. And they've been ignoring the A site for the majority of this half. They've really let Guild back in the game. And this is their almost final shot right now.
They're scrappy though. You got to give it to them. They like to fight. And you're right. This feels like it's very well maybe the last chance. The flash, the swing out from Russ. Is it really though a swing if you jump over? Nice. I don't know what would you call that. What would you call it?
I got nothing for you.
Kesnet gets rezzed up. Brought back into the round. Once again, we've reset a 5v5. Kesnet, no armor here. But he's shown before that that's not always necessary for him to have a pop-off moment. And he's gonna get a chance at Safe. Oh my gosh, it's Safe who has the pop off. It's clean.
And that might just be KRU's hopes and dreams of making the playoffs in the first shot. Gone. Because they're good at converting 4v5s, don't get me wrong, but 3v5s?
It's a different story. It's a very different story. Klaus? Okay. Okay, a 3v3 here. Klaus weak. Coldamenta able to trade that out. But the damage has been done at this point.
The Iceman, Mazino's still alive though.
And he's able to get Trex. A 2v2 here as he drops into his lap. Leo falls and KRU snatch it back.
That is just ridiculous. The first 2 kills, the first 3 kills of the round go to Guild. And KRU say, absolutely not. We'll get Kesnet back up, and he'll still be a non-factor as Safe gets the double spray down onto the 2 top fragers right now for KRU. Klaus says, absolutely not.
Come on,
A dropping shot. I mean, come on.
it just served up. It just served up. Oh, this one's going down to the wire. Viper's Pit used right off the bat.
Kesnet looking exasperated at that clutch from his teammates there. Reminds me so much of the game against Fnatic that they ended up losing, where Kesnet was just carrying his team like crazy on this map. And again, against the EMEA team here, the win against Fnatic was the only time that they've gotten one out of 5 attempts.
Ball is interesting. The knife landed from Kesnet on a right before, or right after the Viper's Pit was used. I wonder if they were trying to hit something a little bit more aggressive, eh? They got the info, but the Viper's Pit's already been used.
And they lean away after whatever it was does not work out. Safe still has his TP here. Kesnet's knife is gonna come back online.
Yeah, he should have it there shortly. Safe. Position given away.
Actually, no. I think he used it already. It's definitely not coming right now. Viper's wall comes up. Safe is still on the backside of this. They have to clear him out. He could do so much. There's the TP.
30 seconds left.
And the wall goes down.
It's a flash that pushed him off. Axe waiting for the mid pressure, and Russ delivers again.
Welcome to my world.
You have to get through the Sage wall. You're going to have to get through the Viper's Pit, and look at Kesnet. He just wants to push his way forward, but Mazzino with 3! Mazzino looking to single-handedly will his team across the finish line. As the tie game seems inevitable. Delza gets the last. We're tied at 11.
2 rounds ago, they win the 3v5. After losing 3 kills in a row, a res comes up. And then they go into the situation. That first shot is unbelievable. Mazzino is just holding the W key in these last couple rounds, and it's working for him.
I don't think he saw the first kill. It was a gift.
Wow. That is tenacity. And we saw them win a similar round before where they put the Viper's Pit down, but Mazzino's flanking around. And we also saw them really lean into this tendency at the B side of trying to push past. In this case, they're like, okay, let's put the Viper's Pit up. Guild know how we want to play this. They're going to retake that back of yellow. They're going to ignore the front of the Viper's Pit for now. And the idea was good. Mazzino's like, okay, if they're going to do that, let me take the fight to them. As they have their utility out, as they're trying to flash their teammates into the back of yellow. And it is the right play, the absolute right play. What a series.
I know it's only 11-11, but it has felt like both of these teams have been on series point for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Playoff dreams.
Yeah, you're just really seeing like these two teams challenge and push each other in such, as a spectator, such fun ways, right? Yeah. You're seeing them push themselves to the brink.
And the craziest part for how KRU is being resilient here is that Nagzet and Kesnet, in the last 5 rounds, it feels like they've lost that first kill. They've lost that first battle. Nagzet died in mid that round.
Yeah, it's
without even getting a shot off, right? Yep. He had the jump on him, and the guy just headshots him.
Yeah, Russ was good for it. Again, you see this denial of trying to get that ult orb. And it was Safe who was actually close by.
He's really deep up.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but he gets nothing?
There we go. Talked about how KRU was losing these first kills. This time they get it.
But it was via Delzik too.
And even when they've been winning 4v5s, now they're 1 point off of the res. And he's got the spike down too. If they get this plant down on B site, things are looking really, really good here for KRU.
You see a ping just hit on your minimap. Out of KRU. Good understanding that that alarm bot is likely there.
That caught one, I think?
Yeah,
I think
it
it caught
did.
Klaus.
Yeah, it did.
And that actually does delay them, right? Because the wall can't come up for quite some time. And Trex has already got a lineup here ready and waiting. And he preemptively throws it.
And they have no info on if they've made their way out or
It
not, but
lands.
the timing is gorgeous! Hunter's Fury out. Mazzino still gets the spike down, and he walks right into it. Unfortunate circumstances there as Leo's gotten two. Russ is on the flank, and he gets one himself. 4v2 here in favor of Guild. Nags and Delzik have to do it on their own. Delzik not able to find it. Nags in a 1v4. Tries to, but no. Guild are gonna get the defuse. Trex is gonna get the null command online, and Guild get to series point.
Guild, who was trailing for so long during this match, are the first to series point. And KRU on the back foot now. Thankfully, they did put a string of rounds together. Thankfully, they should have some money in this last. Look at this ult from Leo. Finds Mazzino in the last second and then pops Kesnet too. That completely opens up the flank from Russ. And boy, how much has KRU struggled with these flanks
That's been suffocating.
from the beginning of this half. And the eco is good, but these last couple rounds, man, you have to find value off of Nags and Kesnet. They have completely disappeared,
Let's play.
even though the rest of the team is keeping them in this game.
Knife not tagging anything there.
There's 3 players here, though.
And they're gonna push forward. You see them all the way into Hall. They're gonna work their way forward. The swing off the drone, is it gonna be there? Coldamenta pushing his way up, and they don't know he's there! A couple of bullets to the side of the head, but he gets traded out, a 3v3.
If they can get the res here, Mazzino should be able to get it onto Delzik at least. Trex is definitely trying to hold this off. Leo's got nothing to add to this. So that's what they're gonna go for. They got 1 minute left to do. And the heal finally comes up on Klaus as well. Kesnet has the no command too.
And it's used instantly, you're absolutely right. Guild looking to try to deal the final blow, while KRU looks to stand toe-to-toe on this long area. Numbers not on their side, but it may not matter as Leo and Trex are able to get one apiece, the 2v2 left. Tucked in. Safe waiting to see if there was anything on the other side. Nags now gets the spike. Look at Leo just on the other side of the wall. He's so patient. He's so disciplined, prowling around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour, and he may get the chance at it.
Out of range.
Spike ticking. Can Guild do it here?
Player
No.
standing.
Safe falls. Leo again is gonna have to get it, and he's not able to do so. Overtime on map 3.
Switching sides.
Playoffs on the line for both these teams. And it couldn't be more tense, Doug. It could not be more tense. It's left to Trex and Leo there in that situation to hold yellow against everybody from KRU. But the trades are so good. And even in that 2v2, I could see it, man. The narrative was written all over. It's Kesnet and Nags who have been very hard pressed to find some kills in this tail end of the second half. And they deliver. So we go to overtime for the second time in this series. And for Guild, this is now their 4th overtime at Copenhagen over 2 matches.
What a banger. What an absolute banger. Nags at glass cannon. He's got that operator in tow. And a common place too, you see, holding down long, but the spike and the other members of Guild are going, yay. The thing is, they're leaving 2 here for the flank, and I wonder if Leo's setting up for a shot dart maybe to clear out the alarm body kitchen. I don't know, but either way, they're going to try to push their way in. Are they expecting this much of a flank mid?
Enemy mark.
Spot one. And they're still holding strong here, Mazzino. We've seen his antics with the wall that he likes to do. Back 410, back gen. Looks like he's gonna go for it reactively. And the wall from Klaus is denying any more space from them, and they're gonna back up again. The time gonna be a problem here.
Once again, it's like we've been here before. 35 seconds left in the round.
Kesnit's knife is up too. That is huge info.
It found 3.
And it suppressed them. They weren't able to break it.
But it's Coldamenta on the flank again. Can he be patient enough to play spoiler yet again? The thing is, KRU haven't fully committed to this either. They still have a couple of rotations that are going to show up, and it's not going to matter as Mazzino's able to clean it up himself. KRU, map, series point.
They respond with one of their own.
Match point.
Playoff point for KRU. Attempting to make it to 3 out of 4 playoffs, and this one on their first try. And mind you, let's remind you guys what happened yesterday.
This would be 4 out of 5.
Optic fell to Guild yesterday. KRU beat Loud to 2nd place. And KRU right now is about to take out Guild. These two teams came out of the gate swinging, looking fantastic, and it does not stop here.
No, an area they're comfortable with, a situation they're familiar with. Nags again with the operator. A position to put Guild away. Much more presence mid here from Guild. Almost like what they were expecting in the previous round. That is a lot of concern across the middle of the map.
Yeah, it is.
You see off of that, they clear out the wall again. This idea of introducing doubt. Oh, safe.
2 seconds, though.
Look at safe. How froggy do you get? Oh, you can see the temptation. He wants it, but he just gets dropped. Kesnit takes care of him. KRU potentially have just dealt a devastating death blow. Now they have the wall going up. Mazzino should be able to get the spike down. The molly, the shock darts. He may die, but the job is done. The spike's been planted.
The flank, though.
How patient can he be? Trex is fallen. Nags not understanding, and Russ, once again, he's there when they need him the most! A 2v2. No command online. Klaus is spotted. Coldamenta on the tap, the flash. He can't land the shots. And Kraus just gets dropped from up top. 1 round of overtime is not enough. We're dancing again.
2nd overtime. Underway. KRU and Guild have gone tit for tat, blow for blow,
Switching sides.
this entire series long. And it's not stopping here. It looks like Guild has come alive in these pressure situations.
Dude, Russ, forget the stats.
Yeah.
Russ has been a savior for this team.
Yeah, he has. The amount of flanks that he's pulled off.
Yeah.
The amount of impactful kills that he's gotten. The amount of denials he's gotten to.
He's been so good. And again, you don't see that kind of thing on the stats, man. I think he's like 14 and 21 right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't look great. See a timeout coming throughout from Guild, but very quickly, Russ has just been on fire.
Yeah, he has. And Kesnit's coming alive too, though. Because that round, he started off getting the first kill. Still not necessarily topping the charts. Mazzino definitely gets that honor for them.
He's still negative.
And it will be a timeout from Guild, too. You can see Barbar for a moment there, trying to calm his team down, trying to get him under control. Let's call the strat. Let's figure out what the idea here is. Because we're going now to KRU's defense. And this is where the problems have lied for Guild. It hasn't been terrible, but from a perspective of, game plan, it definitely hurts when you see them every single time approaching a site with 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
And I say that, but they still, remember, it was a 7-5 half. And they're still bouncing back in some instances. But KRU came out with the advantage in the first overtime. Let's see if Guild can break the pattern right away in the second.
Molly from Coldamenta used instantly. Down at the bottom of tube.
Yep. that hasn't necessarily been somewhere where Nags has been pushing. So maybe trying to preemptive.
Yeah. But again, it's a lot of the attention they showed across the middle of the map the previous round.
Oh, Zeno doesn't get the wall off this time.
He's still healthy.
Oh
my gosh, I thought he was going to get the kill. First panel of that wall goes down. Russ is going to get the spike down too. Safe, waiting around. Delzik walks right by his crosshair, but Keznit, the man you mentioned, has come online, gets another 2. Crew in such a good position here. Guild are going to have to rip this thing back.
No flanks this time either from Guild.
Standing ahead.
Oh, just a little mano a mano. Mazzino on the tap. And now he pushes forward. Delzik. He's gotten it halfway. Trex has been good, but not that good. Crew once again find themselves on series point.
Advantage
Switching
gained
sides.
again.
Match point.
And they move back towards the attacking side. Keznit, I'm not even sure how he got to that position, man. He just booked it onto the site. Mazzino did such a great job on the back of site, dragging so much attention that he's able to sneak past as that wall comes up from Klaus.
So well done.
There's been a lot that actually has worked well for Crew. Some of those B hits that rely kind of on the Viper's Pit, so a lot on Klaus. And then the A hits where they're really aggressive have worked nicely as well.
Just on the other side, never saw him. He never had a shot. Russ gets 2 big ones again. And Mazzino gets back with 3 of his own. Numbers back in favor of Crew. The rest comes back online. Is this it for Guild? Can Crew put him away here? Leo playing on the other side, and Mazzino had no chance. He had no idea. He's been sucker punched. But Crew still hang on to the numbers advantage. Now it's a 2v2.
I was just picking him off from the side. Like a sniper, they've never even seen him.
Bloody roller coaster of a round.
And it's Leo and Safe again. They were in the 2v2 to close out regulation, and they failed. Now here up against Klaus and Delzik, different opponents.
30 seconds left.
And Leo's looking for more. He spots him and gets him.
Ready. Standing ahead.
Now Klaus is left alone in this 1v2. Leo's already gotten 3 on the round. He's got the Hunter's Fury online too off of that. And there it is. It gets used almost instantly. Klaus with 59 HP.
Go for the push.
Yeah, he is.
14 seconds.
The tap, the swing, the kill. A 1v1.
For the win.
10 seconds left and Safe drops him.
Teleport's ready.
We go again.
Safe is absolutely not done with this one. He's played so well for so long for it to end up with a Crew win. Based off of Mazzino getting 3 random kills as he pushes forward. That guy has been run spraying everybody. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the same situation. He is now 27 and 20. Trex, at 29 kills of his own, has overtaken the most kills so far in one map here in Copenhagen so far. And the fans are excited too. VALORANT Masters hashtag. We go again.
Freaking unbelievable. Guild once again on the attacking side. And this time, Safe deciding to explore into kitchen. We haven't seen this in a long time, Balla.
Yeah, he got a lot of value out of it last time. There's a couple rounds Coldamenta tried it, didn't get as much. And Safe's out of there immediately. They hear the TP away.
That's a big one.
Mazzino again by himself. No wall to put down this time, and he can't escape. The backside push! He's blind, and he gets the kill to hold on.
The slow was so good. How much more can Mazzino find? Magic from that same position, but this time, no. Guild sitting cozy here. Personnel up. Spike planted, and Klaus not able to do anything. Nags, who has the operator, has found 1 kill. 1 shot left in his headhunter. But with no armor, with no time, with no teammates around him. They say it's the loneliest number.
I can't miss.
And he's not able to pull it off. Now it's Guild with the advantage.
For the first time in the 3 overtimes.
Sides. Match point.
Guild will return and back to series point. It's KRU's turn to slow things down, call a timeout. Let it breathe. Because they were so close last time. They were so close. A 1v1. That safe landed to keep this alive. KRU was 1 kill away.
You know, perhaps the saying "first time's a charm" is what comes through here. As you're right, this is the first time Guild find themselves in this overtime situation where they have the advantage, where it's KRU.
These two teams, and the greatest part is we get to see it again against the winner of Optic Loud.
Yeah.
And whoever goes to playoffs from this match alone, from this round potentially alone.
Again, Guild, unfamiliar territory in this overtime situation. They have the advantage, they have the lead. And maybe it's them who can put KRU away. Russ tucks. And I don't think Nags has any idea.
Remember, when we went into our first bind overtime.
That feels like forever ago.
Yeah, it does feel like forever ago. We actually looked at a stat that said Guild, I mean, we watched the game yesterday, 2-0 against Optic in overtimes. And KRU lost their overtime game against Loud.
Russ has been spotted here, but you're right, KRU have had their chances.
So Guild, while they might be inexperienced, they've been in this situation already.
Yeah.
So early in the tournament. Russ, he's got a kill here on Keston before, and he gets it again.
And he gets away. No trade, no challenge, nothing. The wall up at 410.
And no flash either, it was by himself.
But the thing is, KRU has 2 members who have pushed up B. It's not the spike, but is it going to be enough to draw the rotations? Very reminiscent to a couple of rounds ago where they can play a bit more cautiously because the wall is up. Safe is taking mid! And he's not able to land the shot. Stelzik wasn't either, but Klaus gets the spike down.
Nags, he's advanced, he tries to take that spot. He's not on the op this time, he actually has armor. 4v5, they've been great at this. KRU has been great in these positions, even in this series alone.
But Mazzino has to hurry up, he's just now arrived. Patience out from Guild.
No charges left.
As they chew over how they choose to go about this. The flash, the swing up from the wall, nothing from Klaus. It's just Nags and Delzik. Coldamento on the half, he's just gonna stick it. He's gonna get it all the way through, and Guild are gonna do it. Welcome to the knockout stage.